poignant.
Hello and welcome back to CartoonPanda, where we travel back in time and peek into our favorite cartoons. Today, we are here with Avatar, The Last Airbender, Book 3, Fire. In our previous video, we covered Book 2, Earth, in which Toph joined the gang and became Aang's earthbending master. And before that, we covered Book 1, Water. So make sure to check them both first, or else you won't understand the context and the flow. Now, it's time for the third and final book of the series, Book 3, Fire. This book is based on 21 episodes and focuses on Aang learning firebending. But will he be able to defeat the Fire Lord and save the world from destruction? Let's find out. Episode 1. The first episode opens with a disoriented Aang waking up with a head full of hair, bandaged on a dark ship, quickly spiraling into panic at the sight of the Fire Nation emblem. As he tries to escape, fearing he's been captured, he stumbles upon his friends. A wave of relief washes over him as Sokka's familiar banter calms his fears, but overwhelmed Aang faints. Meanwhile, Zuko grapples with mixed emotions as he returns to the Fire Nation, torn between his recent personal growth and his longing to belong. Katara's healing sessions trigger flashbacks for Aang, where he relives the sad moments of his battle in Ba Sing Se, and confronts his failure as the Avatar after Azula's attack. While the team acknowledges the tactical advantage of the world believing Aang is deceased, the Avatar struggles with moral implications of this deception. In the Fire Nation, news of Ba Sing Se's capture is celebrated, and Zuko faces internal conflict as he's wrongfully praised for vanquishing the Avatar, a victory he is reluctant to claim and fears the fallout if his lie is uncovered. Meanwhile, the team escapes a Fire Nation ship using their quick reflexes and bending skills. Aang, uncomfortable being seen as a deceased hero, goes on a risky solo adventure. This decision demonstrates his determination and feeling of isolation. When Katara finds out he's gone, it stirs emotions, reflecting the war's weight on them both. In moments of doubt, Aang seeks guidance from previous avatars, bolstering his courage. The episode ends with Aang destroying his glider, symbolically confirming his death to the world, while secretly preserving the advantage of surprise for a future battle. Episode 2. In the next episode, Zuko grapples with his emotions at a Fire Nation prison, leaving without confronting his past. On the other hand, Aang and his friends disguise themselves to tread unnoticed through the Fire Nation, with Aang slipping up with old-time phrases like Hot Man. He's mistakenly enrolled in a local school as Kuzan, and clashes with Fire Nation teachings and school bullies. Posing as his fake parents, Sokka and Katara save Aang from being discovered. On the other side, Zuko meets with his uncle Iroh in prison, and he's upset by Iroh's silent disapproval. Zuko tried to act normal with his girlfriend Mai, but Azula shows up and ruins the moment, making him admit he's been seeing Iroh. This leaves Zuko open to Azula's sharp criticism. Meanwhile, Aang and his friends throw a dance party at the school, which turns into a fun rebellion against the rules. Aang and Katara share a special dance that show they might have feelings for each other. With help from other students, they manage to get away from their strict headmaster. The episode ends with Aang having a sweet moment with Katara and Zuko meeting a mysterious and dangerous assassin. Episode 6. The following episode starts with an informative dream, where Avatar Roku tells Aang to visit his old home on a volcanic island to learn about his and Fire Lord Sozin's shared past. When they arrive, Toph discovers a hidden village under the volcanic ash and connects with Roku in the spirit world during the summer solstice. At the Fire Nation Palace, Zuko finds a mysterious scroll with a secret message about his grandfather's death, sending him on a search for answers. Zuko sneaks into the Dragonbone catacombs, finding Sozin's records, revealing his friendship and eventual fallout with Roku. Young Roku and Sozin were close friends, and Roku's avatar status eventually sent him to master all four elements. Years later, as the Fire Lord, Sozin's expansionist plans clash with Roku's duty as the Avatar, leading to a catastrophic fallout. During a volcanic eruption, Sozin betrays and leaves Roku to die, allowing him to pursue his plans unopposed. Roku's death leads to Aang's birth. Zuko learns through Iroh that he is Roku's descendant, making him rethink his destiny. Awakening from his vision, Aang discusses the potential for good or evil within everyone with his friends, believing in redemption and the power of enduring friendships. Episode 13. In this important episode, Zuko struggles to teach Aang firebending at the Western Air Temple, hindered by his own suddenly diminished abilities. Zuko's frustration mounts as he realizes that even a change in altitude doesn't restore his firebending power. That evening, Zuko reveals his problem to the group, which draws a sarcastic quip from Katara, while Aang perceives a link between Zuko's emotional change and his bending troubles. Sokka cracks jokes, but Zuko shows determination to find a new way to firebend without relying on rage. Toph's lessons about learning earthbending from the Badger Moles trigger a discussion about traditional bending origins, leading to a contemplation of flying bison and dragons. Then, Zuko and Aang travel to the Sun Warrior ruins for better understanding of firebending. After facing several lethal traps and discovering enigmatic artifacts like the dancing dragon mural, they find themselves trapped in a dangerous situation. Captured by the Sun Warriors, they are tasked with an ancient ritual to demonstrate their respect for the sacred flame. During this, they encounter the legendary dragons Ran and Shaw. The dragons impart a profound revelation, showing fire not as an instrument of destruction, but rather as a symbol of life and energy. Zuko's firebending is rekindled, now fueled by a sense of peace, synchronizing with his aim to bring balance to the world. Upon their return, their friends at the Western Air Temple greet the newfound wisdom, and the dancing dragon form with humorous disbelief. Yet for Aang and Zuko, their journey marks a crucial shift in both their mastery of firebending and their personal journeys, laying a new foundation for the future. Episode 20. In this episode, Sozin's comet streaks across the sky, and Zuko and Katara press toward the Fire Nation, worried about Aang's battle with Ozai, but hopeful for his return. Meanwhile, Azula grows increasingly paranoid, mistaking his servant's gesture as an assassination attempt, and descending into madness, ultimately banishing even her most loyal aides. She seemed as if she had lost her mind. Elsewhere, Sokka, Suki, and Toph daringly board one of Ozai's departing airships, with Toph's metal bending and Sokka's clever ruse involving a fake birthday celebration allowing them to take control. As Azula prepares for her coronation, haunted by visions of her mother, Zuko and Katara arrive to challenge her. The Order of the White Lotus successfully breaches Ba Sing Se's defense to reclaim the city. The epic confrontations unravel. Zuko duels Azula in a common-enhanced Agni Kai, while Aang faces Ozai's destructive might, resulting in Aang's strategic yet merciful redirection of Ozai's lethal lightning. Ozai taunts him for being weak and insults the air nomads, saying such a weak race did not deserve to exist in his world. He mocks Aang by telling him to prepare to die before he attacks. Episode 21. This is the last episode of the book in the series, as Ozai launches his offense against Aang, mocking and blasting fire at his protective earth shield. Toph and Sokka face their own troublesome situation aboard the Fire Nation airship. They deftly avoid a firebending soldier's attack, but are left clinging to the ship's exterior after a fall. Despite Sokka's injury and loss of weapons, they persevere until Suki swoops in for a timely rescue. Meanwhile, Aang, powered by the Avatar state, finds strength to counter Ozai's fiery onslaught, and experiences a surge of past Avatar support after a near-concussive impact unblocks his final chakra. In an epic display of bending, Aang harnesses all elements, reining in Ozai with earth, water, and air, only to find calm within the Avatar state, choosing to incapacitate rather than to end Ozai's life. Leveraging a newly learned energy bending ability from a lion turtle, Aang strips Ozai of his firebending, affirming his commitment to peace. In parallel, Katara uses clever waterbending to thwart Azula's manic barrage and ensure Zuko's survival, resulting in Azula's defeat and mental breakdown, leaving her bound and powerless. The Order of the White Lotus liberates Ba Sing Se from the Fire Nation control as Zuko readies for his coronation as Fire Lord, receiving both support and a stern admonition from Mai to remain steadfastly loyal. Zuko's new era begins with the acknowledgement of Aang's heroism and a vision for a collaborative future. Later, he confronts his father Ozai in prison, seeking answers about his mother's whereabouts. The story closes on a note of unity and optimism, with Aang and Katara's relationship sealed with a kiss, and the friends sharing a comedic moment over Sokka's questionable artistic skills at our tea shop in Ba Sing Se, symbolizing the balance and harmony restored to the world. So this was a 10-minute journey of Avatar, The Last Airbender Book 3. The series ends with a sense of closure, yet leaves room for the audience to imagine what happens next in the characters' lives. It has touched upon themes of identity, redemption, and the power of friendship in overcoming adversity. The characters have grown immensely throughout their journey, learning from each other and ultimately becoming a family that will continue to support each other no matter what challenges come their way. Let us know in the comments which cartoon series you want us to cover next. Till then, goodbye!